What is going on? My name is John, and today I'm taking a quick look at a game called Super Cyborg. It was actually released back in 2015 on Steam, which I didn't realize that because I absolutely would have picked it up a lot sooner. But I was checking the eShop, and they had this game getting released on April 1st. They immediately kicked off a sale for it, and for its price tag, I thought, hey, I better pick this up because I really like these kinds of games. Super Cyborg is a run and gun type shoot 'em up game, very similar to that of the Contra series. The game is totally hectic, it's crazy, it's wild. You shoot aliens on an island. They've been released by some sort of scientists, and your goal is to destroy all the aliens. And it is very challenging. It lives up to the Contra reputation of you get hit once and you're dead. And it is an extremely challenging game. I played through the game on easy mode, and it's not easy. You're going to die a lot. I mean, a lot. And it's one of those games that, like, even with a low price tag, the game responds really well. It is very much a reflex-based game, but there's also a lot of patterns and memorization that you're going to have, because I think reflexes alone, especially on some of the latter boss levels, you're going to have to know their patterns, know exactly how they attack, have sequences memorized in order to get through this game. One thing that's really handy about this game is that there's multiple save files. You can also do two players, and the way of saving is really handy. So, like, I can literally just stop and save whenever I'd like to continue on later. So it's not like the original Contra where, like, you have to sit down and play through the entire game in one sitting. This game, you can kind of just take a level at a time. And if you do get a game over, which you'll have plenty of those, you can simply just restart the level and you'll be back and good to go. You get 4 lives. You have a variety of power-ups. Apparently, you can actually hold a button and it ends up creating a charge shot. I never used that in the entire game when I played through the game. But you can actually have charge shots for the different guns that you use. And if you're at all familiar with Contra or have any desire to try to get to know something like this game is absolutely worth picking up. I picked it up day one. For whatever reason, they decided to release the game on April 1st. And I guess that was their release window. But yeah, it's a fun game. It's totally worth picking up. The boss fights are extremely challenging and really rewarding when you actually take down the bosses. There's plenty of bosses I had to play through, especially the last boss, over and over again. And it's really rewarding when you can finally say that you beat the game and that it's all done. You do have a little small minor reward once you beat the game, which I think is kind of cool. It's neat that they put that in there. And it's an indie title. I mean, like, it's a really small team of people that put this game together. And I think it, especially when you have an opportunity to support a good indie game, I think that you should, try to do so. The game is totally great. Visually, it looks like a game from the 1980s, and it plays really beautifully. Like control wise, I didn't have any issues when I played through this game. If I ever died, it wasn't the game not responding; it was my fault. So like this game will beat the heck out of you. You're gonna die a lot. You're gonna have to play through stages over and over again. And it's kind of like riding a bike. Once you've figured out how the stage works, you can breeze through a stage fairly quickly. I think my only issue with the game, and this is a minor spoiler, is the final section of the game. You have to ride this elevator, and the elevator is extremely slow, and it takes a lot of grinding through to understand how the pattern works, how the final boss fight works. The final boss fight is absolutely ridiculous, but it is it definitely gave me just a feeling of like achievement once you actually beat the game, and that's what makes it so satisfying and so sweet. Is it is extremely hard, and once you actually beat it, you're like, wow, I did it. and so I guess that's the pro and con of the game. It's hard. So this game is not for the faint of heart. I only played on easy mode, but I had a fairly hard time with the game. But it is really rewarding once you can finally say that you beat the game. If you have any interest in Contra, any interest in old school shooters, any interest in a game that's cheap and relatively cost effective, you should absolutely pick up Super Cyborg. It's great, and let me tell you, the music is darn good. So the music is good, the gameplay is good, it's responsive, it's fast, it's crazy, and it's very rewarding. Just know that this game is not for the faint of heart. If you have issues with playing through games that are like challenging, this game might not be for you. But if you want something that's old school fun, then you should definitely pick up Super Cyborg.